Periodically, I'll head down to southeast Arizona to visit my brother and, of course, go snake hunting. But unfortunately, on this visit, it was rainy and wet, and no snakes were out. But we still have a spectacular hike, and we do see wildlife. Saw a couple deer, and just seeing the different vegetation, talking and visiting, it's always a great time. But on this trip, we had a backup plan that even if the weather wouldn't cooperate, we would still see snakes. Yep, there's not going to be anything out on the rocks sunning in this rain and cloudy weather, so all we can look at are the rainbow cactus. Check out the variation. See how light that one is? And then the next one you see is almost red. Just spectacular looking little cactus. And I like the pattern when you just look down from the top. But with all this vegetation and growth, it just doesn't look like Arizona. There, Richard takes a picture of a mushroom. But the prickly pear cactus, the manzanita, I just find spectacular.
Manzanita tree, just spectacular looking. The reds.
The rain just really brings out the color on the bark. And you may be asking yourself, how did I guarantee that we were going to find snakes? Well, we're not going to find them in the wild. We're going to go visit a buddy, Vic, and go see some of his snakes, which includes the eastern indigo. They're native to Florida and other areas of the southeast United States. Spectacular snake.
Here we got an eastern indigo, the largest native species to the U.S. Just a spectacular snake.
There are actually two species of indigo native to the United States. This, the largest species, the eastern indigo, held by Richard, and this, the Texas indigo, that Vic is holding. This one's getting ready to shed, but you still see the spectacular orange under the neck and the belly. The Texas indigo snake doesn't get quite as large as the eastern indigo, but it's still the largest snake in Texas. Indigo gets its name from the black, almost blue iridescent scales. The sunlight hits it right. Spectacular looking snakes. Perhaps what they're best known for is the fact that they eat other snakes, including rattlesnakes, copperheads, and water moccasins, and they're said to be immune to their venom. Spectacular snake. In addition to snakes, they'll also eat birds, frogs, and small mammals. They're also typically a very docile species. But what species of snake is this? Do you know from those scales? Well, it's the false water cobra, native to South America.
Is this one that
large snake, and like the indigo, it will feed on other snakes. Similar diet.
She's kind of...
So is she spreading her hood a little bit?
Yeah. They definitely have the head of a cobra.
They do. They yeah. And that
They are a rear-fanged snake and mildly venomous, and said to be aggressive feeders. They can also be cannibalistic. Vic mentioned 2 juveniles or hatchlings, one ate the other one. You also don't want to handle them if you've been handling rodents or just cleaned out your rodent cage. And here's one that Vic just
They're not
hatched
live
out.
birth, that they're eggs.
They kind of look like a water snake, I think.
Yeah, well, they kind of are.
Yeah.
Here's another rear fang snake, but it's a native to the area. It'll also spread its hood. The Mexican hognose snake, native to Cochise County in Arizona.
Hear that hissing?
Woo!
Well, somewhat similar to the western hognose, one of the ways to tell the difference, the Mexican hognose has that black and orange checkered pattern on its belly. And here's a special snake. Also native to southeast Arizona, the Mexican black king snake. There may be some debate on their classification, but it was a spectacular snake to see, as I've never seen one in the wild here. Fantastic specimen. Another common species, long-nosed snake. I find these quite often in my own yard, but they're still a spectacular snake to see. Harmless, but colorful. So even though we didn't get to find any snakes in the wild, we got to see some of the native specimens, and even more exciting, got to see this, the Texas indigo, and that Richard's holding, the eastern indigo snake. Spectacular adventure. Appreciate Vic for showing us the snakes, and hope you had a good day.